Now, Lynda, you were walking along the banks of the River Mersey in Manchester, in Didsbury, where you live, with two of your children.
Yes.
And you saw what?
We were walking along the banks, picking wildflowers. We saw this object come over our heads. It was this oval object, pinky orange, which landed down over a hill vertically. We ran up to see what it was. Our first thought was it was an aircraft on fire. We live quite near Manchester Airport.
It was big?
Oh, it was very big. It was 60 foot across. 60 foot across. When we saw this object hovering 2 foot off the ground, we just stared at it. We were transfixed, the three of us. We were just watching this object, and it just seemed to hover, and there was complete silence, no noise at all.
And when you ran towards it, what was happening on the ground?
Well, nothing as we remember.
Didn't the grass move or something?
That's when we were running back.
When you were running back?
Yes.
What happened?
Yes. When we were running away from the object, the grass seemed to move at the side of us and at the front of us, sort of blowing about.
What, to cut a sort of path for you, as it were?
No, it was, the grass was overgrown on the riverbank, but it seemed to be blowing over.
And when you got home, what happened? What did you...
Well, when we got home, we saw my husband, who then was on a shift, a 2:10 shift, and I said, "What are you doing home?" Because we'd gone out of the house at 7:30 in the evening, and obviously he was home. It was dark. We didn't realise until 18 months later that there was an hour missing out of our time.
Oh, so you had a similar experience to Dorothy here?
Yes.
Yeah. Lost time?
Yes.
And there was some effect on your skin, wasn't there?
Yes, my eyes were burnt and scaly underneath my eyes.
Now, you can't account for that?
No, I can't account for that at all.
It wasn't, well, it was evening, wasn't it? It wasn't sunny. I mean,
it was dusk. It was
dusk,
9 o'clock on an August evening.
So it certainly in Manchester you wouldn't have got a suntan, would you?
No, I don't think so.
I
hadn't been out that day.
Now, sometime later, 18 months later, just to move this on a bit, you were persuaded to go and see a hypnotist. And
yes.
You and your daughter, I gather, both gave that hypnotist an almost identical version of
yes.
what had happened previously.
That's correct.
And when you recounted it to the hypnotist, under hypnosis,
yes.
What did you tell him?
Under hypnosis, I don't remember anything at all about the hypnosis, only what I have seen on videotape.
Sure.
I must stress this.
You've seen yourself back.
That's correct.
And
my only conscious memory of this object was seeing the object. It seemed to disappear and appear, and we ran away from it.
Right.
We saw it actually following on the tail of a plane going into Manchester Airport as we were nearing our home. But I don't remember anything about the hypnosis, only what I have seen on videotape. And I find it very hard to accept what I actually said.
Which was?
Under hypnosis. Well, what was said was, I ran down the hill, the three of us ran down the hill. We thought we were running home. We went into this man in dark clothing, tall, dark eyes. Then there was a sensation of floating and then being on a table and having feelings of ice put on our legs and lights shone in our eyes, and that's all I remember. And there were 6 of them and they all looked the same. Now, I just can't accept this, but this is what's on the
That's what you said under hypnosis, right?
That's correct.
Now, I have to say, well, I imagine anyway, that when you recount this story of what happened to you under hypnosis to your chums in Manchester, you don't get an entirely sympathetic hearing.
I don't talk to them a lot about that.
On a November evening about 10 years ago, Lynda Jones took a young son and daughter for a walk along a Manchester canal bank. Suddenly, they saw a bright light in the sky.
It looked like it was going to hit us directly. We ducked into the grass. It landed vertically in a field over a hill. We ran up the hill. We thought we were going to see an aircraft in flames or something, but it was just this object, total silence, not making any noise at all. It was then shaped like a half moon, really, girder structure, the undercarriage of it. We stood there watching this object, transfixed, and we stared at it. It was hovering 2 foot off the ground.
It turned out that Lynda lost track of about half an hour of time during the encounter. At first, she told no one. Years later, under hypnosis, she recalls an experience on board the craft, but she doesn't like to recall it now.
I don't think I should remember. I think whoever blanked my mind out, or if it was fear that blanked my mind out, I do not know. But I know that I should not remember.